Hello, welcome back to the channel today. Today I'm going to actually do something different. I'm going to do an explanation video, one of three that I'm going to actually do, um, that I found relatively helpful when I was starting to join the hobby. The first video we're going to do today is talking about materials that you're going to need for the hobby. So that is basically materials you would need to protect your cards, or if you're going to sell cards in general. um, what you'd be looking for, the different sizings you can find. I'll talk briefly about those, and yeah, so we'll get into it. I'll be using a card from my own personal collection, um, to just as an example of stuff we're going to need, just because I won't matter if I accidentally do something to it, because I'm not going to get this card graded, and I'm probably never going to sell it because it's part of my personal collection. So basically, first up, what you're going to be looking for are these things called sleeves or penny sleeves. These you can typically find online, Amazon or Walmart, or they come in packs of like 50 or 100. They're like $2 or $3. You can find them at local card stores too. Some of them sell it. Basically, these are what people refer to as sleeves. And these are just very thin protective coverings for individual cards that when you put it in there, and when you do these, you want to, some people cut the edges, because if you send out cards to get graded, they look at the corners, and you can accidentally like make them not as crisp or as pointed. You can round them out. So what you want to do is, some people cut them, I don't. You come in from it at an angle, like I'm doing, like this, and you kind of perf it out a little, and that card will then slide in very easily. So that's a penny sleeve. Okay, so then next up are what are called top loaders. So top loaders are these thicker protective coverings that the cards slide into, so when they're in shipping, they protect them better. Now, for top loaders, as well as penny sleeves, there are different sizes. Like for this one, this is way too big for this card. So you can see it slides out very easily, which is bad. So typically, you want to get a top loader that the card's not going to. I'll show this other one. That since it's a thicker card, it stays in there easier. Now, this one, as you can see, standard card size. Probably what are called card sizes are done in points. So this one's probably, I think it's a 35 point. The higher the number, the thicker the point. This one, which I'm not going to take out, is a 35 or a 55 point. So you can see the top loader a little bit thicker. These are the standard looking ones. The thickness, the count. Typically, you get 25 of these per pack. These are more expensive than the penny sleeves because they're plastic and they're thicker. Probably about 5x pack. So you can see as you go up in thickness. So those are the millimeters. These are 140 point, which are super thick. I didn't realize that these were that thick. Anyway, I'm sorry. These are 60 point, as you can see on there. Usually I don't buy from this brand, that's why I wasn't 100% sure the thickness of these. So those are what's going to just protect your cards when you're sending them in for either grading or you're selling them. Basically, though, when a card's in there, if you're going to sell it, or send it in, actually, to be honest with you, you then want to take painter's tape, or people prefer painter's tape. You can use masking tape and just regular Scotch tape. Don't want to do that because it looks bad. and also can leave a residue because some people don't take these out of top loaders. Typically I do. I just haven't for this one yet. But then you'll put it over the top, and then if it's in transit or whatever, it won't fall out and then possibly get damaged. So then when you're selling, so like say I sold this one, you then get one of these, just a bubble wrap from you can find at Walmart. I buy 12 packs of them constantly for like $3. You put them in there, print out your label, seal it, and send it off. But so those are top loaders and penny sleeves. Then the next step up for protection are what are called one touches. So one touches are magnetic and very thick plastic protective casings. If I can get, there we go. So while they're called magnetic one touches, is this magnet right here seals it, and if I put it in properly, it will not come out. Once again, these are different. You can get different sizes for these. These you can put the card in a penny sleeve, and then put it in here. Sometimes, depending on the size. Other times, you never want to put a plastic top loader in with the magnetic one touch. It just won't fit unless you get a super big one, which some people do. Otherwise, if your card fits properly, you can just put the card in there, the one touch on, and in transit, this thing ain't moving. You want to do these for when you're grading, or you're like, I'm shaking this around and this thing won't move. You're grading or your very high-end cards. That being said, you don't really want to. These are more expensive. These are probably $6 a piece, or like $4 to $6 a piece, versus where like you're getting 100 penny sleeves for that much, or 20 top loaders or something like that. Then for booklets, there are booklet magnetic one touches. Let me see now a little bit. Which those ones I'm not 100% sure. I haven't done a lot of research on, but you can see a booklet it closes, but when you display them or store them, some people leave them open. This is how I bought this one. I haven't taken it out, but not 100% sure how much expensive they are. These ones are typically the bigger ones. And then also, when you're buying stuff for graded cards, you can put these in graded sleeves if you buy them. Sorry about that, guys. Where they're, these open up, and these sleeves people sell them at online or LCS, where it just helps protect the card and the grading thing. It's the plastic thing it comes in itself better as well. Then that being said too, if you're doing group breaks, which I can go over in a different video, I will go over in a different video. If you do group breaks, these are called team bags. These team bags, depending, you can get bigger team bags or smaller team bags. Basically, they're these huge penny sleeves that come with the plastic thing over top, and then you can put multiple cards. Like here, I have from my last video I just filmed from our illusions opening, that where you can put a ton of cards in here. Like I think there's, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 14 cards in this stack alone, and they all fit in here. And then you can do that. So have these penny sleeves, have this in there. It's just extra protection. And then you can throw it in your whatever you're mailing it in. But yeah, that's essentially the basics for the materials you're going to need for protection. Then you guys can get binders. It depends on how you store them. You can get binders to put them in with plastic sleeves in there. People get cardboard boxes that have individual columns that you can put all your cards in to sort them, and then you can, put individual markers to sort them more. It all depends on what you want to kind of do. So a little bit longer video today, but that's all the materials you're going to need. Look out for my next two helpful videos, and thanks for viewing the video. Like and subscribe and leave a comment, and I'll see you guys soon, hopefully.